Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Booze and News. As usual, these are 100% real stories, did not make these up. Now, before we get started, I'm going to jump into this guy here. First up, national news. Kentucky woman is lovesick for Idaho killer. Accused quadruple murder suspect Brian Kohberger is driving one woman crazy. In love. I didn't make that up. That was actually in the story. Brittany Nobody Gives a Shit insists he's the perfect man for her. My love interest is named Brian and is accused of murder, and I just wish to connect with him above anyone else. The 35-year-old Kentucky single mom of a 16-year-old son gushed in one of her many Facebook posts about Kohberger, whom she has never met or communicated with. One way to describe my feelings for him over the last week or so is kind of like being lovesick. Brittany Nobody Gives a Shit began posting publicly about her infatuation on January 4th, just 5 days after Kohberger was arrested in the fatal November 13th stabbings of 4 college students in Moscow, Idaho. Kohberger isn't the first jailbird that she has pursued, having previously penned for local convicted killer Cody Hall, 33, who fatally shot a 50-year-old man in Pulaski County, Kentucky in 2017 before attacking his sister and another woman with a machete. Sounds like a great guy. I visited him, put money on his commissary account, wrote him letters, and wanted to be in a loyal, committed relationship with him. She reminisced in 2018 about Hall, who wound up blocking her from visiting him in jail. When I say I was in love with him, I mean I was completely and truly in love with him. You need to process that. You are so batshit bonkers that a fucking crazy machete-wielding psycho wants nothing to do with you. He doesn't even want you putting money on his books. You have to be absolutely fucking bananas for that to even happen. And the fact that you got a 16-year-old kid, here's my advice. Wait until he's 18, get a life insurance policy so the money goes to him, so that when you inevitably get murdered by some fucking complete maniac because you're loopy as shit, at least your kid will get some money out of it. Alright? Get your fucking life together, lady. Good God. Moving on to world news. We don't actually have like a world news hat, so we're just gonna go with this. In world news, Thor, the masturbating walrus, finds pleasure in new location. Delighted. Is this for real? Is this the kind of shit we're doing now? Thought we were trying to be serious. A masturbating walrus named Thor has popped up in Iceland, 2 months after he was spotted visiting the UK. Thor previously made waves for masturbating in front of the UK town of Scarborough, heading into 2023. Officials canceled New Year's festivities to protect the blubbery beast, only for him to perform a marine peep show instead, rubbing one out with his flipper. While bizarre, IFL Science reported it's not uncommon for wild animals to take part in X-rated solo acts. How did he do it with a flipper? That's my thing, is the fact that he did this with a flipper, to me, shows determination and perseverance. Most of you youngsters these days, you could learn from Thor the Masturbating Walrus. Perseverance, determination, that's how you get the things you need. You need to follow in his footsteps. Except don't masturbate in public. That's not okay. Moving on to other world news. Family exhumes grandma after 10 years, shocked by her appearance. A family in the Dominican Republic exhumed their grandmother nearly a decade after her burial, only to find the corpse perfectly preserved. I can't read this fucking writing. When Margarita Rosario was dug up at the La Colonial Cemetery in Jaraboca, she was found to still have a full head of hair, some skin, and enough bones to be able to stand with little support. Why? When I first read this, I thought, maybe that's like some weird Dominican shit, you know, like a Haitian voodoo kind of a thing. No, not at all. Other people in the neighborhood are like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you digging her up? And seriously, you guys just decided one day, hey, let's dig up Gam Gam, throw a fucking dress on her and do a photo shoot. Why? The fuck is wrong with people? In more world news, COVID-19 origins most likely a lab leak, Energy Department reports. While no firm conclusion has been made among health and government officials as to where COVID-19 came from, the U.S. Energy Department has now reportedly indicated it believes the virus was most likely the result of a lab leak in China. One of two prevailing theories under investigation, along with natural human exposure to an infected animal. Wow, you don't say. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jon Stewart pointed it out first when, you think about the fact that the virus had the same name as the fucking lab in the area where it started. I mean, I'm not a college guy, but that just, seems pretty fucking obvious. We're not going to get too far into that, but here are some wonderful headlines regarding this situation. FBI Director Christopher Wray has said that the FBI believes COVID-19 most likely originated in a Chinese government-controlled lab. And China's CCP, which is the Chinese Communist Party, warns Elon Musk against sharing Wuhan lab leak report. Well, that's not suspicious at all. To wrap things up, we have the LeVar Burton moment. Our LeVar Burton moment will be about Sacramento. I don't know how many records or world records or anything like that Sacramento holds. I'm sure there's a few. But I do know of one prestigious record that we hold as Sacramento. And that is that Sacramento holds the record for the largest hostage situation in the nation. Good job, Sacramento. All right. Really striving there. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure some of our older viewers here have probably heard this story or remember it vividly. On April 4th, 1991, more than 40 customers and employees were taken hostage inside the Good Guys electronics store in Sacramento for 8 hours. The violent shootout at the now-closed Florin Mall played out on live television at the time. 4 men wearing ski masks rushed into the store with a shotgun and handcuffs, creating one of the worst hostage situations in the country's history. The hostage takers demanded millions of dollars, said they wanted to talk to the president, and asked for a helicopter to fly them to Thailand. While the hostage situation unfolded, the suspects watched themselves live on the news from the store's television. By the end, 3 hostages had died, along with 3 of the suspects, as part of the largest hostage rescue operation in the United States. 11 of the hostages were wounded. Alright, so let's talk about this for a second. First of all, obviously, it's a horrible situation. Condolences to anyone that may have known anyone that was hurt in this. It said they ran in there with a shotgun and handcuffs. And they kept 40 people at bay. Now, I think there's more to this. I believe they actually had a shotgun and 2 pistols. But that report, a shotgun and handcuffs, I'm pretty sure 40 people would overpower that easy peasy. So these guys said they wanted a helicopter to fly them to Thailand. Now, I'm not a helicopter expert, but I don't think there's that many helicopters that can just fly from Sacramento to fucking Thailand. A plane takes 16 hours to get to Thailand from around this area, and a plane travels at an average of 500 miles an hour. A fucking helicopter, on average, travels at like 160, like less than 200. I think the fastest helicopter travels at 300 miles an hour. Not to mention, I don't think there's a helicopter that would hold enough fuel to get you from point A to point B unless it's a fucking Chinook, and that thing's flying slow as shit. So I feel like this plan was really flawed. I mean, shotgun, handcuffs, 2 pistols, fucking helicopter to Thailand. These guys must have been on some shit. So links will be in the description. So if you want to look further into this, you can just Google, Sacramento hostage situation. You'll see tons of things pop up. As always, thanks for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, spread the good word, and cheers.